residential technology, lighting specialist.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Residential Tech Talks. You're chopping it up with Chuck. I'm one of the editors here with Residential Tech today, and we're very excited to have as our guest Brad Weeks from Elk Products. Welcome to the podcast, Brad. How you doing?
I'm doing very well, thank you, and I certainly do appreciate this opportunity.
Well, you are very welcome. It's super cool to be able to talk to you. We see you guys at CEDIA. We see you guys at all the events, and we thought this was a cool time right now where everybody's at home. We're cranking out a few more podcasts, and we thought it would be nice to pop in and see what you guys had going on over there at Elk Products. You guys are in North Carolina?
That's correct. Yeah, actually, we're in Conley Springs, North Carolina, which is about 60 miles northwest of Charlotte, or about 3 hours from Raleigh. So we're kind of centralized to the state. Very fortunate to be here in the foothills of the Blue Ridge Parkway and whatnot. And it's a beautiful day here. We're enjoying some great weather, and it's all's good right now.
Oh, that's great. There's a lot of technology coming out of Charlotte and North Carolina. I think a lot of times there's these tech hubs that people don't realize, but there's a lot of innovation and tech coming out of that area, isn't there?
Oh, there sure is. Absolutely. I mean, Corning Industries is just right down the street from us, and we got the Research Triangle Park in the Winston-Salem, Raleigh area. And of course, we have our favorite colleges right up the road here. Go Tar Heels. So not biased at all there, but if you're not a Tar Heel fan, well, sorry. But yeah, a lot of technical innovations going on in and around our area. For years, this area was considered, furniture and textiles and things, but the area has certainly grown and advanced over the years to have more technically related jobs and companies moving in. So we're very fortunate and all this. So yeah, we're in a great position.
Well, tell us a little bit about Elk Products. Who is Elk Products? Like, I know who Elk Products is, and we've had the pleasure of working with you guys for a while now. But tell our audience, who is Elk Products, and what are you guys doing over there?
Oh, sure. Absolutely. Okay. So Elk Products was founded in 1993. And like I said, we're located here in Conley Springs, North Carolina. A little background, the founder of our company, who happened to be riding around town one day, noticed some of the manufacturing facilities and noticed the outdoor siren box, that metal-coated steel siren box on the outside of the building, and the rust that was running down the building. That was his inspiration for the very first product that Elk released in 1994, which was our Elk 1RT, which is a stainless steel housing that has a very powerful 8-ohm speaker inside of it. So that was the very first product that we developed, released, and from there we started creating a lot of accessories for the security and low voltage industry. We manufacture and design a number of products, relays, power supplies, batteries, transformers, siren drivers. We have recordable siren drivers, which allows the customer to custom record their own message into. And we advanced on until in approximately 2004, we released our M1 series, which is our security and automation controller. So our background is security, and we've advanced into automation, but we tried to develop products for the security and low voltage industry that would help solve problems, make installations easier, reliable products, great warranty, reliable, just a vast array of things that help our good friends in the security and low voltage industry.
So you guys were pretty ahead of the times. 1994, we barely had the internet, and you were already thinking about security, and then you roll around to 2004, and now you're incorporating the automation part of it, which is that's the whole key to the smart home technology, the smart home hub right now, right? Is that implementation of the automation?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So, like I said, our background is security focused. So, we set out to create a system that was rock solid security, but then that step into automation. So if you need a great security system, we certainly have that. But then later on, if necessary, or if the customer desires, you have the technology that's built into the system to allows it to integrate with automation, lighting, thermostat control, things of that nature.
That's the whole key right now. And of course, being tech is no good if it's not user friendly, right? Like one of the most frustrating things to me is when you have cool tech, or you buy cool smart home technology for the home, but you can't get it to work right. How important is that in your mind for your stuff to be user friendly?
Oh, absolutely. So what we set out to do was to make our system easy to learn, easy to program, which means that our installers, our customers, don't have to learn a special programming language. Everything is really spelled out for you in English text. Our keypad programming, super intuitive. Our programming software that the installers can use to program the system. A simple, enter the description, use a drop down, check a box. I mean, it's really intuitive, easy to use. But then on the other side, it gives a very strong programming software for creating automation features like lighting control, thermostat control, life enhancement, energy management features. The software, if you never seen it, certainly I would encourage everyone to go to our website and get a copy of it, especially if they're considering an M1 system for the future. And you can just see how easy it is to navigate and program and learn our RP2 software.
So fast forward from, you guys started in 1994, and then 2004, you guys launched the M1, and now here it is 2020. You are one of the training managers there. So you're pretty enthusiastic about all this stuff. What are you finding the people want the most, with their home automation? Because you mentioned there's lights, and there's, of course, you started with security and everything like that. What are people most excited about right now? At what element of the home automation?
Yeah, what I'm seeing is first ease of use. People want that convenience, ease of use, so that and security. Now we really put a lot of emphasis, not only personal security, property security, and whatnot, but incorporating especially in this Internet of Things world we're living in now. For instance, our wireless sensors. You may have seen articles or even seen a news program several years ago that really exposed the vulnerability of a wireless sensor. So in our mindset, we wanted to create a different type of security wireless. And for that, we created our Elk two-way wireless product line. Now, our two-way wireless incorporates high level of encryption, multi-levels of authentication. So it is a frequency hopping type wireless. It's not a fixed frequency, so it's constantly changing, which makes it harder to detect and jam that constantly changing frequency. We also incorporated that every signal from each sensor gets acknowledged by the transceiver, so it makes it more reliable and just a stronger wireless technology. We've also developed IP reporting as well as dual path communication for our M1 system that allows it to communicate over the internet as well as cellular. We've incorporated that high level of encryption, multi-levels of authentication into it as well. And then for the customer, the end user, the apps also incorporate high levels of encryption, because in this day and time, with the way things are changing, security is a real top priority. So we really focus on encrypting that information, making it harder to detect, jam, making it harder to hack our system. So we really focus on creating a really rock solid system.
So what about what if people have a I've read things where you can anything that's an IoT device is potentially something that people could hack into. So if you have a smart smart toilet, or you have a smart some kind of smart device that is within the Elk Products ecosystem, is it all protected, kind of covered under an umbrella, or how does that work?
Yeah,
because I don't want anybody hacking my smart toilet.
I understand. Yeah, that would be a bad day. Absolutely.
Right.
So, absolutely, we've username, passwords, encryption, all that is incorporated into our IP reporting device, our XEP, as well as our C1M1. So our integration partners that have joined with us to create the apps are able to use that technology into their apps. So it gives just layer upon layer of additional protection. So it's nothing's foolproof, but we have done everything that we absolutely possibly could to prevent those events. And like you said, we don't want anyone hacking your toilet. Really.
Right. And do you guys actually like test this? Do you have, people that their job is to try to get through your layers of defense so that you can, you've heard about like ethical hackers and, people that are working to try to find, a vulnerable spot in your system. Do you guys actively, do that to test your stuff out?
Yes, absolutely. Without a doubt. We have several independent testers that we use, that we encourage them, beat up our system, find its vulnerability points. Let us know what you find so we can make it a better system. So yes, most definitely we have that in place.
So how much has security changed for the homeowner? Because I think back to when I had one of those systems in, 2005, 2006. I think it might have been like an ADT or something like that. You had the sensors on the windows, you had the door sensor, and really most of the time what I was dealing with was false alarms. Right. Somebody leaving the door open, or, a sensor malfunctioning or something like that. So sometimes you would get to the point to where you would turn your system off. And it sounds crazy, but you'd turn it off because you didn't want to deal with the nuisance. How have things changed? Fast forward, because that was a long time ago. How much better have things gotten for the homeowner?
Well, I think things have gotten a lot better over the years. Better technology, better equipment. With our system, we incorporate voice, for instance. Our M1 Gold has voice capability, so that unlike other systems that when a zone window door opens, you get a chime on the keypad. You get that ding dong. Well, you may not know exactly where that happened. So with our system, it gives you voice alerts. So you know exactly which zone. It could be your front door or your back door. It may be, not even be a zone for security. Maybe it's a gate. You have a sensor on the gate outside so that when the back gate opens, the kids are playing outside, the back gate opens. Well, that shouldn't happen. So you get alerted specifically using the voice. And then with our wireless sensors, we have it's two-way, so it gets an acknowledgement back. So we know that the sensor has been received by the transceiver. We also incorporated a test into our system for wireless called the walk test mode, that it allows the system to speak a level. And this is primarily for the installer. And it allows them to test the wireless strength of our sensors. So it gives them better peace of mind knowing when they mount that sensor, it's got a good signal strength. If it's a weak signal strength, then we can do things like maybe add an additional transceiver to help increase that coverage area. So we've built these test tools into our system to help the installer, to give them better peace of mind and reliability for the equipment, the wireless equipment, and so forth. So I think things have changed a lot over the years. I think equipment's gotten better. I think sensors have gotten better, and it's it's just good installation practices, good equipment should reduce those false alarms and keep people from turning their systems off for nuisances and things.
Yeah, well, definitely the interface has to be a lot better now for the consumers, because back then when I had that system in 2005, we didn't even really have smartphones, or we barely did.
So, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now you've got a lot more user friendly interfaces, and then you mentioned it earlier, voice. How big is voice? Are you guys pretty gung ho about voice and just making it frictionless for the consumer?
Oh, sure. And like you said, with today's technology, smartphones and things, once let's say the lady of the home's there and she happens to hear the keypad speak, back gate is open. Well, she pulls up her smartphone, pulls up her camera. She sees, okay, oh yeah, the wind blew the gate open, or yeah, one of the kids just walked out. So that technology now, all in the palm of your hand, has made really enhance the security aspects. It's real time now. You can see in real time when things are occurring, and act responsibly and so forth. So I think it's really awesome what we're seeing now with technology and the voice aspect. Yeah, I certainly do like the voice aspect of our system. It certainly takes a lot of the guesswork out of when zones change and things happen. And it doesn't even have to be a zone. You can set our system up to create reminders for you. Every day at a certain time, you could have the M1 enunciate. Maybe it's time to take medicine. Or, you can have reminders set up on the keypad to let you know every Tuesday, the trash day. Or every 30 days, alert you that you need to change the filter in your HVAC system or in the ice maker. So the M1's very intuitive. You can set it up to do so many different things. It's in a lot of cases, your imagination's your limitation as far as what you want to do with our system. Very, very versatile.
Yeah, we've definitely come a long ways with smart home technology and security and everything like that. Okay, well, I'll tell you what, we're going to take a quick break, give a shout out to one of our sponsors. And then when we come back, I want to talk to you a little bit about how you guys get your installers, trained up with all the latest technology. Want to talk to you a little bit about Cedia, and we'll do that just as soon as we take a quick break. So we can give a little bit of love to one of our sponsors. We'll be back right after this.
Well, we hope you've been enjoying today's episode of Residential Tech Talks. We thought we would just take a brief moment here and acknowledge today's sponsor, which is SONOS. Listen your way. SONOS is known for their incredibly innovative audio technology, such as their newest speaker, the Move. Make sure to check them out at sonos.com.
Hey, everybody, we're back to Residential Tech Talks. You are chopping it up with Chuck, and we are here with Brad Weeks, who is one of the training managers at Elk Products. And we were talking about the evolution of security, a little bit talk about voice. Let me ask you, Brad, how do you make sure that installers are always tip-top with everything that they need to know so that you can have that successful installation so the customer has the the great experience right out of the box?
Oh, sure. So what we have done, first of all, I think our installation manuals are written very well. They're not too techy, so they're really easy to navigate and read, and they don't go really over the top. But we also have been able to create a number of pre-recorded webinars that we offer from our YouTube channel. And then I do one-on-one trainings, usually via a webinar, in which we take small groups and we introduce them to Elk Products. We introduce them to the M1 system. We go over the basics of the main control, the data bus devices, and do some installation tips on how to help them install the equipment. And then we'll go over the programming aspects of it and allow it to be interactive so that they can ask questions. And like I said, our YouTube channels with some previously recorded webinars. We have some tech notes available. It's a very versatile system, very powerful system, but we didn't overcomplicate it. The security aspects of it, a security system, as long as you follow those good installation practices, you shouldn't have any problem mounting your sensors, wiring them up and whatnot. Configure the data bus, the programming, try to keep it as intuitive and simple, making it ease of installation. And then the automation aspects of it, keeping that rule writing engine simple enough to you're able to do it with no problem, but still very powerful in the things that it can do. So those are some of the things that we've done. We also we've kept our system pretty open. We didn't standardize on just a single thermostat or single lighting control or single.
That's what I wanted to ask. Yeah, I wanted to find out if you guys can play well with other devices and other things in your ecosystem.
Oh, absolutely. We've been very fortunate over the years to have over 40 different partner manufacturers join with us. So the M1 can integrate with a number of different lighting technologies, thermostats, home automation, software platforms, and smartphone apps. So it's very open. We're not standardized on just one single thing. So if an installer has had previous experience with a certain technology, a certain platform, then it's highly likely that he can integrate it with the M1 system. So he's not having to relearn or learn something new. He can use what he's comfortable with to integrate it with the M1.
So let me ask you this, just kind of pivoting a little bit. So we're talking about, installers. How do people choose that they want to go with the M1 or Elk products? Does that come from the integrators?
I think so. I think a lot of it comes from the integrators, from past experience on just seeing how versatile the system is. And two, we've had a number of calls where the actual end customer says, I love this system. I love the way, what it looks like, what it can do. Find me an installer. And so we'll work with them to find them installers so that they can get the M1 system into their residence.
That's cool. That's very cool. And you guys are, you're very involved with CEDIA, right?
We are. And it's, with everything that's going on these days, we certainly miss being able to get that face-to-face experience with our installers and customers and whatnot. So we're really looking forward to getting back to normal, or as best to normal that we can get back to, and looking forward to CEDIA so that we can meet face to face with our customers. That's our sales manager, Trudy. You gotta love her. She is a people person, and when she's not involved with people, she's not happy.
Yeah, Trudy is awesome. Trudy is awesome.
She is awesome.
How are you guys pivoting right now? Not having the face-to-face, not having, events, which are a great opportunity, not only to get some business done, but again, networking and the people, everybody knows everyone in this industry, in the kind of CEDIA type crowd. What are you guys doing to pivot right now?
Well, what we're doing is we're trying to promote more trainings, online trainings, and by all means, we're here. We're still Monday through Friday, like always. We've scaled back a little on some of our hours, and to limit the exposure.
Sure.
But anyone who wants to call in, we're still here to answer questions. We can still do those webinars, training webinars. But we certainly are very looking forward to CEDIA and getting, like you said, that networking, that social networking, getting back face to face, meeting those valuable customers that support our product, because we certainly do appreciate them, and we want to get to see them, meet them, talk with them. So yeah, it's a tough time, but we're doing well. But we are certainly looking forward to getting back to business as normal.
It definitely, is a strange time right now. As we're recording this, we are, let's see, what is today's date? Everything's all a blur. April 8th, 2020. So we've been, at least a few weeks for most people with the stay at home. no events, things like that. Hopefully CEDIA, which is in September, right here in Denver, in our backyard, hopefully, things will have returned, pretty normal, and we'll have CEDIA and everything like that. I think everybody's looking forward to that. Do you guys have anything planned, big for CEDIA? Do you want to, do you guys have any new releases, or just, anything that, provided CEDIA goes on, and we're all hoping that it does. Do you guys got any big plans around that?
Well, our engineering team is working on some new products, but unfortunately, they like to keep things really close to the vest.
Yes.
So they're not letting a lot of information out of their little world back there. But we are planning on some new releases. Don't know exactly when. Can't really say a lot about them. But hopefully CEDIA goes on in September. We would really look forward to seeing our valuable customers, meeting them face to face. And if they get an opportunity, please stop by our booth. We'll be at 1334. Trudy will be there, and she is really looking forward to getting to meet people again. Like you said, she's awesome. She is a people person. And this sheltering, distancing, it's not good for people person like her.
Yeah, it seems like the introverts are like, hey, this is what I was built for. And the extroverts are like, get me out of here. They really want to get out there. So I will tell you this, though, one thing that we have noticed during this time is, number one, companies are figuring out how to communicate differently. I think a lot more educational stuff, a lot more webinars. Companies are finding out how to conduct business in a different way, which is, it's kind of cool. It's almost like a stress test, it's giving people a chance to come up with new ideas, to innovate, to really step up during these times. But something else is, when everybody's stuck in their home, or a lot of people are stuck at their home, I think at this point right now, probably about 3/4 of the country, are staying at home right now. We're finding that the home is the refuge.
Yes.
And really, I've seen some things that maybe they're a little bit bullish, but they predict that smart home products and smart home technology sales are going to increase double digits as a result of this, because people are home and they're realizing, what, maybe this is a good time for me to, add a security system, or, a video doorbell, or, upgrade my home theater, or things like that. Do you think that ultimately people spending so much time at home is going to be a good thing for the smart home industry?
I do. I believe it will be. Like you said, they're seeing these things. They're seeing these things that they have thought about, maybe considered, but not ready to pull the trigger yet. Now that they're home and can see or have read about the benefits of certain platforms and technologies, like, let's go ahead and do this. So absolutely, I think we will see a nice upward trend.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's an exciting time. I mean, obviously right now is a really difficult time with everything that's going on, but it is an opportunity for a lot of businesses to really serve what the customers are looking for right now. And I think that, a lot of the brands we're talking to, they're being smart about it, and they really are looking to, basically to serve the customers, and in our industry, also make sure that you're taking care of the, the integrators and the installers and those important kind of trusted tech advisors out there, because they have a really important job right now.
They certainly do. Absolutely.
Yeah. So, well, listen, it's been an absolute pleasure speaking with you. Can you let our audience know again, just kind of, where they can go to find out a little bit more about Elk Products, or how they can get a hold of you, Brad?
Sure, absolutely. You can go to our website at www.elkproducts.com. You can connect with us online through Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You can reach out directly to us. We're available at our 800 number, 800-797-9355. You can ask for me or anyone in tech support. Be glad to help you answer any questions and so forth. And it's been my pleasure.
Well, so everybody that's listening right now, if you're home, you're listening to this podcast, if you've got some questions about tech, if you're just bored, if you're just bored and you want to talk to Brad, you've got the phone number there. Give him a call, say hi, ask for Trudy. She's amazing. No, seriously, all kidding aside, Elk Products, these guys are awesome. You guys actually were smart home before smart home was even really a term. So you guys have definitely been innovating and kind of leading the way. And I'm really looking forward to CEDIA, where we'll get a chance to see you guys face to face.
Us too. Absolutely.
All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much for listening to this episode of Residential Tech Talks. If you liked it, please make sure that you share with your friends, hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to follow Residential Tech Today on social media so you can stay in the conversation. And once again, thanks so much for listening. We'll see you on the next episode of Residential Tech Talks.
Residential Tech Talks. Lighting specialist to Residential Tech Talks.
Home automation, smart device, home or smart house.